It is impossible that you have heard the name of philosophy or are interested in philosophy and have not heard the name of Friedrich Nietzsche, the great German philosopher of the contemporary era who, according to many, was the new beginning of philosophy. Nietzsche took an axe and hit the root of all beliefs, be it religion, politics, or even philosophy itself. Nietzsche, with great dedication, began to reconstruct all ideas. Many people agreed with him and fell in love with him, and many people always criticize him for his thoughts. This great philosopher said things that are sometimes very difficult to digest even in the modern age. But as he says, "I am patient. Maybe people will find the courage to read my books in a few hundred years." But today, we are going to have our hands full and learn a whole life lesson, and we will focus on Nietzsche's 5 wonderful recommendations for a better life and changing your perspective on life, which will surely be useful for you. So stay with us until the end of the video, where we have a lot of lessons and tips today. Lesson number 1. Find your why. Nietzsche said that those who have a purpose in life, they will cope somehow. According to Nietzsche, freedom means to be proud of yourself every time you look in the mirror, not to be ashamed of yourself. When you are looking for the why of your life, the how is not so important anymore. At that time, you don't care how and how much pain you carry with you. You put up with it because you need a real life, a life that is in accordance with your values and inner self. The real purpose of your life will not be found unless you find yourself first. And after you find the reason for your life, after that you can find a correct understanding of any difficulty and any problem that comes in your life and tolerate it. To find your why and your path, you should go look in the mirror and see if you are ashamed of yourself or proud of yourself. Whether you nurtured the talents you were given or not, you wasted them. Ask yourself, what should I do to feel more valuable? What is something that can keep me busy for hours without tiring me a bit? You should ask yourself these questions every day and then try to create your favorite version. Be sure that your efforts will not be wasted, and with this strong reason that you have, you will overcome any situation. Ask yourself what we should do to feel more valuable. Lesson number 2. Suffering can make you stronger. Nietzsche has a famous saying that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Nietzsche attached great importance to Superman. Nietzsche was one of the people who said that man has an extraordinary inherent power that if he can understand it, he achieves great things in life. He always advises us, like a phoenix, be ready to rise from the ashes of our existence. In order to evolve, we must somehow destroy ourselves and rebuild ourselves. Everything that happens in our life is an opportunity to learn something new. It doesn't matter how bitter and painful those events are. What is important is the lesson that we can learn from it. As an exercise, I know it's hard work. But let's try to the most painful parts of life we left behind to think. Maybe many people don't like to think about it, but if you can think about it for a few seconds. What happened to you in this situation? Many of you, dear ones, probably say that in that situation I said it's over. I'm going to die. I am not going to continue living anymore. But you are still alive and with me. You are listening to Nietzsche's podcast. So Nietzsche knows how much endurance and how much inner strength man has. It is enough to reach our inner strength and accept pain and suffering. Everything in life has a price. If you can afford it and bear it, be sure you will reach very good places in life. Now that you have watched the video so far, thank you very much for supporting us and the motivation to continue our content. Like the video right now, and if you have any criticism or suggestion, thank you very much for leaving a comment and giving your opinion. We read all the comments and try to improve our content every day. Let's continue the video. Your lesson 3. Avoid holding grudges against others. According to Nietzsche, holding grudges is a sign of a slave mentality. Resentment is a sign of weak people. Those who are spiteful cannot become superhuman. And according to Nietzsche's belief, a person who holds a grudge cannot harm anyone but himself. He is just destroying himself every moment. Resentful people eat themselves. There are people who do not hurt anyone but themselves, and this is very bad for them. There was another great man named Confucius, who had a very beautiful sentence which said that malice means that you eat poison and expect others to die. A person who holds a grudge hurts himself first and last. If you are a weak person, not taking revenge may be too heavy for you. But the fact is that you have to fill your soul with positive things. Do your work in the best possible way, And don't be afraid of the influence of small people in your life. Our problem is that many times there are wrong people in our lives. Hateful people, jealous people, and people who make us respect ourselves feel bad. Try in your daily affairs. Don't complain about the bad things you face every day. Don't complain about idiots, government, fraudsters, bankers, malicious people. Instead, make your own. And after that, you will look at them from a higher position. It's very good to chat, it makes you feel empty. But the problem is that it does not solve anything. Just like alcohol or drugs, it can be for a short time, make you forget your problems. No comrade, no dear friend, the problem will not be solved like this. You have to face it. Lesson number 4. Avoid living a low-risk life. Nietzsche said that most people distort their thoughts and are not aware of real life. According to Nietzsche, we are too passive and too reactive and not honest enough with ourselves. According to Nietzsche, being passive does not mean being inactive. It means having a low-risk life. You may appear to be an active person. Busy yourself with different things. Have a few jobs with fun stuff, but be empty and aimless. Unfortunately, this is exactly what threatens our society today. Many people are apparently very active and very busy, but in the end, they cannot answer 2 questions. What am I doing, and where am I going? Nowadays, there are many solutions that you can easily lose yourself in for having fun. But according to Nietzsche, the worst thing we can do to ourselves is to wait, so that the events of our lives happen by themselves. And during this time, let's entertain ourselves with meaningless activities, which actually in the long run they have no profit. But what can you do to change your life? It is very simple. You can watch less TV, read more books. You can spend less time on the internet and spend more time on healthy social relationships. You can leave toxic people around your life and reduce your relationship with them, and successful people and people. Add people who are people of science and literature to your life. With these few simple movements, you will see that your life will change in 5 to 6 months. Really, friends? What do you think about this? What are the topics? What do you think? Is it true or not? Please comment. Let's continue this video. Lesson number 5. Do not consult anyone in 4 cases. Number 1. The issue that depends on the why of your life and your own goal in life, not someone else's goal. Number 2. An issue in which if we decide, we have to bear the risks ourselves, not someone else. Number 3. A subject that we can test and experiment with small. Let's draw the right conclusion from it. In parentheses of this issue, let me give you a brief explanation. There are many times when we want to consult someone to improve our life, while we can do it ourselves with a very small amount, or test it for a short period of time, that no harm will come to our lives. Your personal experience is much more important than the personal experience of others, because this life is for you, and you can understand it better. Number 4. In the subject in which you are talented and strong, do not seek approval and do not consult anyone. Because when you are strong in a subject, so go and do it. Why should you wait for someone to come and push you? Unfortunately, many people, when they seek advice in this field, are only looking for confirmation. Many times, unfortunately, they get the wrong advice, and they are disappointed more than they are approved. And at the end, I will say 4 categories of people. You should not consult with them either. It is a selfish recommendation. The first is that the most available are not necessarily the best. There are many times when we want to make a decision, and immediately the closest person in our life, or we choose what is around us. While it is not necessary to have a person by our side, he is not the right person to advise. The next thing is to consult someone who have experience in that field. Having experience in a field can help a person a lot, because a person can be threatened by possible dangers in the future due to the experiences of others. Take a distance. The next thing is, do not consult with people whose information is not up to date. There are many times when you ask a question to someone and that person gives you the answer. But that information is from 10 years ago or 5 years ago, and today the topic you are talking about has completely changed. But this person you are consulting has no idea, and that makes you hurt more than you want to be better. And finally, never consult with someone you wouldn't want to be in their place. Many times people leave those who fail, they consult. Well, dear friend, if the ideas that that person has for him were to be answered, he would be a successful person. Of course, you can learn from such people, and that is that you should not do the things they did that were wrong. In short, you can learn a lesson from anyone, both successful people and failed people. If you enjoyed watching this video, be sure to like it and leave a comment. To see more content like this, subscribe to the channel right now and turn on the bell so that as soon as a new video is posted, you will be the first to watch it and enjoy it to the fullest.